My name is Anastasia Zavarella. My slogan is Man of the People, and I'm running for local affairs. I ran last year, and I've been a board member for the past 2 years. And I want to see some change happen on campus. I think that the CSA, our student union, has been running on a governance model. And a lot of people get into it thinking that we're here to govern students. And I believe firmly that we're here to represent students and we're here to advocate for them. And I want to contribute to that. I think probably my number one skill is that in my experience, just sort of being a woman on campus, being the only feminist in class, being the only out queer in class, and on many occasions organizing against the closure of the Women's Studies program, organizing rallies, speaking out on political matters. I've just learned to be unafraid of approaching people in power and demanding things of them. So I think that is probably my most valuable asset, is that I am going to fight tooth and nail for students, and I am unafraid to do so. If I get elected to local affairs, I would love to work with the city on keeping our bike lanes safe, getting more of them, keeping our bus pass, that on campus, that is what we want, is bus pass. Not the kind of bus that passes you by. That's not the bus pass that we're talking about. I want more routes. I want our bus pass kept at a reasonable price so it's affordable, so students can afford to pay the rest of their tuition, because we've got so many fees on top of that. I want to work at the food bank to get community shared agricultural shares on campus. That means that you can go in every week, every 2 weeks, and order groceries from local farmers, and you can just pick it right up on campus. I would really love to start up that initiative again. What else do I want to do? I am passionate about safety and about campus being an anti-oppressive space and a safer place for students. There's been a rise in hate graffiti and sexual assaults on campus, unfortunately, so I really want to focus on moving the administration on getting a real hate crimes policy so that we fight this actively as a systemic problem and are better able to nip these things in the bud. As well as working with ASAP, I want to bring the V-Day folks on board, the folks who brought you the Vagina Monologues and A Memory Monologue, A Rant to Prayer. I want to bring them on board. I really want to focus on campus safety and make sure that all students feel safe on campus. Absolutely. I want monthly tenancy workshops for first years in residence, so they can get good leases, so that they can work with good landlords, unfortunately of which there are few, but I'm going to help them find them. It's so important for students to have that resource. You get a crappy landlord, you get a crappy deal in your lease. Students don't know their rights. Students don't know their responsibilities when they're in housing, and I want to help clear some of that up. So monthly tenancy workshops in residence, working with Res Life, I would really love to do. I would also love to work with the Bike Center and get workshops going so students know that when they're riding their bikes downtown on the sidewalk, they could potentially get ticketed for that. As some of you may know, this summer there was a bit of a blitz on Guelph bikers, and I want to help keep students from getting $250 tickets and $50 tickets and enormous fines from the police, because we're all on a tight budget and you just don't need that. So I want to work with the Bike Center on that. Another big thing that I want to work on is sort of moving students and getting them sort of seeing the solidarity between our struggle as students and the struggles of Guelph homeless youth. We don't have a permanent shelter. The city had set up a temporary shelter after some Guelph youth set up a tent city in St. George Square. And so the city set up a temporary shelter consisting of about 12 beds, and we do not yet have a permanent one. Since Change Now shut down, they haven't moved on that at all. They've been promising one. I really want to push them on that. I want to get campus behind this. And I think that we've got a lot of privilege. I think we've got a lot of resources. I think we've got a lot of power as students, and it's time to move that in the right direction. Well, I currently represent a very diverse group of students. I'm the representative for Guelph Queer Equality on the board right now. I'm the voting seat. And last year I was the alternative seat. So I've got 2 years of experience representing diverse students. I also would like to consider myself a person who is anti-racist, who is anti-ableist and anti-sexist and anti-classist. So I have experience speaking out on these matters, and I think that I've proven that I can represent a diverse body of students in the initiatives that I voted for within the CSA board, the issues that I've spoken out on. It's all there, so yeah. Well, as I said before, I believe strongly in student representation and advocacy and not governing. That's the city's job. I am here to represent you to the city, and that's how I will act as a liaison, and that's how I will best represent you, is because I'm going to be taking your concerns to them. You want to keep your bus pass? You want your bus pass price to stay low? I am going to fight tooth and nail for that. I absolutely will not. I can't promise anything. Nobody can promise anything. No politician who makes promises should be believed. The only thing that we can promise you is that we'll work damn hard. And I'm passionate about accessible transportation. I'm passionate about safe transportation. And all of these services being public and kept for the public good. So I would say that that positions me to accurately represent students to the city. That passion and that fearlessness, that in my mind is what qualifies me, and hopefully Guelph students feel the same. Yes, I just want to reiterate that these elections, March 8th to 12th, vote online or at one of our many polling stations, are about representation. We're a student union. It's what we do. You look at any other union, any other student union, this is the model that we should be going off of, that we are here to represent you and advocate for you. We are here to fight for you, to fight for your interests. If any student interest is our interest, and that's what we should be fighting for. I just really want to reiterate that, because I think that people run for these positions and vote for these positions based on who's a good student leader. I don't really have any interest in leading anybody. I have interest in listening to students and connecting them with the community. I think that as students we could be a valuable resource to both the outside Guelph community and each other as we live here and we work here, and we definitely get educated here. So I think it's time for us to get back, and I can help do that, and we can have a beautiful, beautiful relationship. And the other thing is, fun fact, I DJ, and I'm a barista at my current place of employment, and I make really good lattes.